Quint Kessenich down to the field. Got it all for you here as the Hurricanes try to bounce back after losing last night. Let's go downstairs to Q again for more on Carson Beck. Yeah, trying to shake off that 4 interception performance last week. They get it out quickly to Malachi Toney, one of the most imperious, indomitable players on offense for Miami.
Get him in rhythm.
Gets it out quickly again. This time it's Tony Johnson with a great move down the sideline. Still on his feet. Down to the 33-yard line. Another first down for Tony Johnson.
And another easy access throw. There's a lot of grass in front of Tony Johnson. Watch Malachi Toney. He's the favored receiver on third downs.
They get it out quickly on the receiver screen. Toney is going to be stopped up right near that first down marker, Roddy, by Matt Rose. That's one of their popular plays. Their big bruising back, Mark Fletcher. Domineering. I couldn't get into Georgia Tech, but I got a few words in the back.
You don't need to know words like that to get into Tech. Maybe Stanford.
C.J. Daniels. On 3rd and 13, Mark Fletcher here in Miami Gardens, Florida. Miami taking on Stanford as we welcome you to the action.
And then an offsides on the defense got Stanford into 1st and 5.
And that's Cole Tabb picking up the first down against the Seminoles, but he gets the start tonight. Gets it out quickly, complete to arguably their most dynamic offensive player, Sam Roush.
But good to see him out there with that knee brace on a big third down.
Pressure coming by the Hurricanes. They pick it up, and they're going to be close to the first down. Wonderful tackle on Farrell.
We'll go for it here.
And they're going to pick up the first down. Cole Tabb straight ahead between the tackles.
He got hurt a week ago. It's not available today. Cole Tabb was great, though.
A lot of real estate here. Got a good block on the edge. Tabb tap dancing down the sideline inside the 20, down to the 17. 1st and 10 Cardinal. Much like last week,
right there on the edge of the defense.
Keep an eye on him. Cole Branson completes the pass inside the 10. Irvin. 1st and goal. Irvin on the handoff, nowhere to go that time. Stopped up right near the line of scrimmage. Armando Blunt. Irvin in the backfield. Cole Branson to pass into the end zone. Caught and touchdown by Caden High. Here's what it looks like in 2025. Back after this. Quint Kessenich down to the field. An impressive beginning drive by Stanford to start this game on their opening possession. They take it all the way into the end zone. This is Keelan Marion, top current returner. Malachi Toney in motion. They give it straight ahead between the tackles with the silver U. Different look for the guys from Coral Gables. That pass complete near the first down. Good catch. And an opening drive that produced a touchdown. Pressure off the edge. Cole Branson got it out in time. Now he motions. They keep it on the ground. Nice cut and run for the first down. Cole Tabb tabbed for the assignment. Well, in the words of former Stanford Cardinal defensive back Rod Gilmore, our former colleague here at ESPN, Stanford has the most high-profile ball boy.
Has been tremendous.
Nice run between the tackles. They finally find a crease on the interior. That was Marty Brown.
For the Stanford program, we know about a $50 million donation, but that is certainly going to help them into the future.
Hurricanes again keeping it on the ground. That's Jordan Lyle. They had single digits. It was 4 transfer portal players, up to 17 this year on the farm in Stanford. Jordan Lyle stopped up right near the line of scrimmage. Shamar Brown in the backfield. He gets the assignment, and he's going to be stopped up short of the first down. Brought down right at the line of scrimmage by Hunter Barth. Looks like the offense is going to stay on the field here on 4th and 4. And 4 to go. They're 7 of 11 on the season on 4th. Beck gets it out. What a catch. It was behind Toney just as he turned around. They keep it on the ground, and Brown falling down. Fletcher in the backfield. Beck delivers a strike at the 30-yard line to Joshua Moore. Blitz coming. Beck gets it out, and the incomplete pass for C.J. Daniels. Straight ahead. That's Cole Tabb, who has gotten the bulk of the carries. Here's Tabb again, trying to get to the edge. Cut it north-south, and is brought down at about the 33-yard line. 3 touchdowns in that football game. Back here from the 29. Carson Beck trying to get his offense in gear and finds a familiar target. Malachi Toney with the first down.
Oklahoma coming out of there with the win, and the big showdown in Baton Rouge going on right now.
Lofton.
Open, it feels like.
Run by Mark Fletcher inside the 40. Mark Fletcher.
Here it seemed like the ball has been a little more elusive to these receivers.
Saw a glimpse of Shannon Dawson, the offensive coordinator, calling the plays. They come underneath, out of the backfield. Fletcher Jr.
Malachi Toney looks like he's going to be one-on-one with the freshman, Lonnie McAllister.
Beck takes out his do-it-yourself kit, got hit, and falls forward to the 30-yard line. They have been intractable about trying running between the tackles, and they got it done that time. Mark Fletcher Jr. Miami still has not scored. They keep it on the ground again, down to the 21-yard line. Mark Fletcher Jr. 1st and 10 from the 17. They get it out quickly, and nowhere to go for Lofton, the tight end. Brought down immediately by Colin Wright. Good tackle out there on the edge.
Good to see Colin Wright out there, who's
2nd and 12. Toney in motion to the top of your screen. Now they give it to him on the jet screen, and that was well read, but he made a miraculous comeback, kept his balance, and Toney has done it again. Moves the chains for the first down. 1st and goal.
This is why it's...
Beck looks the other way on the fade. Caught. Daniels. And there's the payback. Touchdown Canes. Finally happened.
It's just one-on-one, and C.J. Daniels goes up and makes a phenomenal play off the shoulder pad of the cornerback, and Miami can breathe a sigh of relief as they finally get...
That's Irvin on the ground up to the 30. Picked up 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 5. A homecoming of sorts. On 3rd down, Gulbranson gets it out for the first down. Good catch and pattern by Farrell. Gulbranson engulfed and swallowed up at the 20-yard line. They got to him that time.
He's just going to get around the center and the guard to force Ben Gulbranson up in the pocket. And then Gulbranson is kind of protecting himself.
Gulbranson on the receiver screen, complete to the edge. Good catch and run by High, but not nearly enough to pick up the first down. A little bit closer late in the game. Flintoff the punt from his own 16. Toney on the return at the 30. Malachi Toney on his feet. Toney down to the 40-yard line. And there's that good field position, courtesy of the freshman.
This guy is must.
Play fake, taking a shot. Beck complete, down to the 18-yard line. Motion out of the backfield and keep it on the ground. That's Fletcher Jr. Mark Fletcher Jr. accounting for most of the yards on the ground in that first half. Love that nickname. Fletcher motions out of the backfield, makes the catch, getting to the edge and pushed out of bounds right near that first down marker.
get the ball carrier before Mark Fletcher got the first down.
They run it straight ahead. No signal. They're going to mark it short of the end zone. Fletcher gets the call again and strolls in. Touchdown, Miami. We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, you don't want to miss the Roddies. Roddy giving out his awards. You got to see who's on the
best wide receiver, best freshman in the country this year.
His punt return set up that last touchdown. Now the defense surging as a result. That's going to be a loss of a couple of yards. love that. Malachi Toney back. Eschews the fair catch. Looking to make a little bit of magic. Malachi, magic in full effect. Another spectacular punt return down to the 31-yard line.
Well, I don't know if anybody's been as explosive as Malachi Toney returning a punt in Revelations, but if it wasn't for Jacoby Thomas, he probably takes us for a touchdown.
They're going to keep it on the ground. Fletcher. That's been the popular refrain all night.
Hurricane season this year might last well into January and February.
That's the intent for these Miami Hurricanes. Nice pass out to C.J. Daniels, brought down by Matt Rose. From just outside the 20. Daniels in motion. Fletcher got hit early. He may not have made it. He's going to be stopped up short by Jacoby Murray.
James Brockermeyer into the backfield, and that penetration is what stymies the inertia of Mark Fletcher. It stops him in the backfield, and then they try and push. There's not a good enough shot down the line.
That defensive line has been one of the stories of the game for Stanford. Try to get to the outside, nowhere to go for Cole Tabb, brought down by David Blay Jr.
And those low percentage throws puts him in second and long.
2nd and 10, Tabb bottled up immediately. This is Ruben Bain's wheelhouse. Cole Branson flushed out and picked off at the 35. It's coming back the other way. The Saint all the way within the shadows of the goal line.
Ruben Bain, remember the last third down, he beat Khalil House with speed. This time, he starts up the field and just goes underneath. House probably gets away with a hold as he grabs Bain, but it forces...
Fletcher Jr. Touchdown Hurricanes.
Shot at it, and then the next play, Mark Fletcher and that big offensive line finish the job.
It will be here. Will the Canes be in it? That's the question. On 1st and 10, Cole Tabb stopped up by Keontae Scott.
Because of the futility in the run game.
Well, they try the run again. This is Tabb again. Into the short side of the field, pushed out of bounds. Well, Branson got the requisite protection and got picked at the 44. Xavier Lucas this time.
There's nobody to hold the corner in cover 2 as the running back goes inside, so there's no threat to that flat defender, and it's a nice interception.
I wonder if they take a shot here after the interception. They hand it off to Fletcher with a nice head of steam inside the 35. They pretty much hit that 15 carries in the game. Here's another one. Breaking through a couple of tackles and picks up another first down. Toney in motion. But it's going to be Fletcher. Breaking tackles. Fletcher inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. A 16-yard gallop.
This is why you get Mark Fletcher at least 15 carries a game. He gets better as the game goes on, and he is tough to tackle, man. Malachi Toney loves it. This offensive line feels like they're much more in sync, Mark, than they were early, and that comes from the reps and the diligence in the run game.
Winning the battle up front, Fletcher again. Touchdown again. Hurricane score.
Guard, Inez Cooper, both of them get up to the linebacker level. It's hats on hats. There's not a lot of Stanford guys.
They might use them right now, right?
They absolutely could, but it's kind of what's happened with Stanford. The transfer portal has really historically worked one way, although it's starting to work more in the other way with them bringing. He has shown flashes of why they wanted him so bad.
Fletcher again, this time stopped up a little bit behind the line of scrimmage. Let's go back to that, though. When you talk about could even become a TV producer like our guy in the truck. Out to the 43-yard line, pass complete.
Some of it is about money, and you have to be competitive with those schools when they try and come poach your guys.
Great point. Mark Fletcher breaking a couple of tackles, tiptoeing out to the 49-yard line.
Dominant. They have the resume to be the best team in the country. I think eye test it's Ohio State, but Indiana keeps beating people by 50. Eventually, you're going to have to put them at number one. Be next year with Joshua Moore, JoJo Trader, who hasn't exploded yet, but still has the talent, and Malachi Toney. That's scary.
Pass complete to the near side of the field. Backfield right now. Get it out quickly to Toney. Malachi Toney on the run in space. Pushed out of bounds at the 16-yard line by Scotty Edwards.
Ignited this Miami offense.
Sure felt like it, Roddy. On the ground. Oh, what a great move. Lyle into the end zone. Touchdown. Finished the game last week against Florida State, coming in midway through the second quarter after Cole Branson was injured. He's going to hand it off on the reverse on his first play, and Caden High is going to lose about 7 yards. That hindered his chance. On second and long, gets it out. Pass complete at the 23. Nice run by C.J. Williams out near the 30. Elijah Brown at quarterback out of the shotgun on 3rd and 6. Surveys and pulls. Got a man at midfield, and that's going to be a first down to Caden High. On 2nd and 10. Miami pinning their ears back. That time Roush hanging on to it in heavy traffic. Low snap. The handoff to Irvin, and he's bottled up. They got to get to the 40. Brown in traffic. Almost another interception, and the Hurricanes will take over on downs. I know my neighbor Luke Campbell got a lot of fans when he put those jerseys on the Canes jacket in his videos back in the day, back in the 80s. This is Joshua Moore. And a nice run that time by Whitley Humphrey.
In the run game is something that people don't talk a lot about. They just expect you to go out there and start running the football well.
Between the tackles again. That Stanford defense felt like the walls of Jericho here in the second half.
He feels to me very face of the U.
There's a lot of guys. I'm a Lamar Thomas fan.
Yeah,
you know,
he's a heck of a player.
Yeah, and come back later to retrieve it as part of his recruiting tactics. Down to the 2-yard line, pardon me, the 12-yard line.
And that I gotta lay at Coach Johnson's feet.
It's a select group. I mean, there's a bunch of guys. You could argue Bernie Kosar, one of the first guys.
Bernie Kosar in there.
Bouncing back off that loss against Louisville. Trying to punch one more into the end zone. A nice run that time by Pringle Jr. They're going to run it and score the touchdown. Pringle Jr. Schedule staying in the same time zone pretty much. Run it, Champ Hampton out near midfield, put his hat down and is pushed out of bounds at about the. Hurricanes rectifying their issues from a week ago, losing on this field against Louisville. Hampton with the run. Carroll City, stand up. Overtown, stand up. Liberty City, stand up. Little Havana, stand up. Coconut Grove, stand up. Doral, stand up.